And good morning and welcome to the live morning show. If we could lose the background and get us on, that would be great. So this morning we're doing things a little bit different. We are doing Your Money, Your Life first this morning. We're starting you out this new year talking about money and finances and all kinds of things with Cheryl Braswell. So welcome everybody on the live morning show. And we'll do Fred. You will get your weather forecast right after this segment. We'll find out what Fred has in store. But right now, let's talk to Cheryl Braswell about what's going to go on this year. So good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you this morning?
Great. And everybody's got these. Yes. Everybody's got these New Year's resolutions, and everybody said, okay, this year I'm going to save more money. This year I'm going to, do this. And so go ahead and help us out this morning. What's your topic for today?
Yeah, we'll talk about a couple of things, but the first thing I want to touch on is this. This last quarter was all about Medicare and open enrollment and things like that.
Yes.
And you have a chance to correct your errors right now. From January the 1st through March the 31st, if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan and you find out, which I've already had this happen, people may find out that the plan they signed up for, their doctor doesn't take.
Okay.
So, you can change your Medicare Advantage plans right now.
Okay.
And it's no, there's no harm to you for doing that. There's no penalty. There's nothing that you're going to, lose as a result of doing that.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know because some people do, we make mistakes and we don't sign up for things sometimes. And that's good to know.
Yeah, and the other thing you can do is, if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can also, for whatever reason you decide you just don't want to do it, you can drop your Medicare Advantage plan and go back to original Medicare A and B.
Okay.
And you'll also be able to pick up a prescription drug plan at that same time. So that's a good thing, to be able to do that.
Now, somebody told me that they had an RX plan with Mutual of Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
And that Mutual of Omaha has said that they will no longer do RX plans. Have you heard anything about that? Somebody told me that yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to remember all of them, Sandra, but several companies literally are coming out of the prescription drug plan business.
Why is
they're
that?
Just not going to do that anymore.
Okay.
If that happens to you, you are given the opportunity to pick up a new plan, and again, there's no harm, there's no penalty to you in that situation. If your current plan ends for whatever reason, they're going to leave the state. They're just saying, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're shutting down. That opens up what's called a special enrollment period for you.
Okay.
And that allows you, I can sit down with you and look at what's available, and we can put you in any plan that you would be eligible for.
So if that's the case, they can come and see you, and you can help them find another prescription drug plan, correct?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay. Very good. Well, I had somebody ask that or say that yesterday. They said they went to pay their premium, and they said, we can't take it because we don't do it anymore. With Mutual of Omaha was who he was with, I believe. And so, it's good to know that, you can help them, guide them, because this is not our topic. We don't know everything there is to know. We don't know who the companies are that still have prescription drug plans. So you can certainly help with that and the numbers on the screen. But anyway, okay, Cheryl, what else we got?
Just keep in mind in those situations, during this period of time and all the time, especially when you're involved in Medicare, you get tons and tons of mail. I understand it because I get it too. You know,
Yes.
every day. I mean, I'm 70. I've been on Medicare for 5 years, and I still get mail wanting me to buy a new plan.
Right.
So you make sure if your drug plan, for example, is with United Healthcare, for example, and you see mail from United Healthcare, open it up. And if it's just junk mail, throw it in the trash. But it might be pertaining
But open it.
to your plan. Yeah.
And I think this is what's happening, because he said, I did not get a notice. I said, I bet you did, but you threw it away as junk mail probably.
Because I'm guilty of that. I had done the same thing myself. And excuse me. You just have to read your mail. It's no fun to it, but you have to read your mail and make sure it's not something pertaining to a plan that you may be enrolled in.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but that's in the Medicare world, that's what's happening for the next 3 months. You do have that opportunity, to make changes
With no penalty.
No penalty to you.
Okay.
And I've already had I've had a handful already just in this first week of the month that made mistakes or something has changed in their plan and they were not aware of it, because the actual the parts and the pieces of your plan can literally change every year in the Medicare Advantage world. So and that's happened this year. A lot of things changed in a lot of plans, and so it pays to look around and make sure that your situation is taken care of, within your plan, or if you need to get a new plan, you've got the opportunity to do that right now.
Okay. Well, that is good, with no penalties. That is good that we can do that, and they can certainly do that with you. Anyway, yes, it's important that we do get our plan, know it's good to sit down with somebody, because you need to know what your deductibles are, what your drug deductibles are, what your deductibles are for in-network, out-of-network, all these things. You need to know what you have.
You do.
And what you're facing.
You don't want to be surprised standing there at the counter at the drugstore.
No, you do not. You do not.
You want to know beforehand.
Yes.
Before you get to that point.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what's happening in the Medicare world right now. And, we all think about in the first part of the year, the inevitable thing that's going to be happening on April the 15th, taxes are due.
Yes.
And, if you're wanting to participate in an IRA, if you have not set up an IRA, you've got until April the 15th to actually fund your 2024 IRA.
Okay.
So, if you haven't done anything yet, you have time to catch up on that.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, and you can help with that too, Cheryl.
Yeah, and
I know.
That's one of the things we can help you do. I mean, set one of those up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And help you make some wise decisions about what you want to, how you have your money set up and what you want to have it invested in. To take care of you in 15, 20 years from now. So that's also something we can help you with.
Well, it's important, because the way expenses are going now and the way the economy is going right now, we need to save some money.
Yeah. Well, you do, and we don't think about what we need to think about from a financial standpoint. I have clients who are in their, early to mid 90s, and when you talk to them, you cannot fathom, and they, it boggles their mind.
Yes.
They live very, for most of them, they live, what I call a frugal lifestyle. I mean, they're not going off to the Bahamas every other week or anything like that.
Right.
And it still takes, honestly, $25,000 to $35,000 a year just to exist.
Right. It doesn't matter if you're frugal or if you're not frugal or frugal. It doesn't matter. It's still going to cost you, like you said, I'd say $25,000 or $30,000 a year to live.
Yeah, and that I mean, I'll use my dad as a reference point. He's 94, and we look at his expenses and things like that, and I mean, he doesn't have a house payment, doesn't have a car payment, and it still takes every bit of $30,000 for him to live.
Yeah, sure.
That's just kind of his bare minimum.
Right.
And he's not excuse me, he's not paying for expensive vacations and things like that. I mean, we take him with us when we go on vacation.
Right.
It's just expensive to live.
That's bare bones. I mean, it really is.
And you've got to prepare because when you get to that point, at some point in your life, you're not going to be able to work part-time or full-time. You're just going to hit that space where you got to quit and you got to live with what you got. So, I've had very few clients who feel like, well, gosh, man, I just got way too much money.
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't happen a whole lot.
Well, hopefully, on one of the shows that we do with you, hopefully you will, again, we do this from year to year because, we forget or we need to be reminded that we need to do this. So I hope you will address IRAs and the differences and some of the things about IRAs. I hope you will address that again on one of our shows.
We'll do that for certain.
Or several of our shows.
Every year they make a few changes here and there, and you can take advantage of that, and it puts you in a better spot down the road.
Yes.
So we will definitely cover that more than once in the next few months. We will focus on that for certain.
Well, that sounds really good. And don't forget, folks, it's not too late. You can go ahead and see Cheryl about signing up. You can still sign up with no penalty. So let's do it. Let's get this done. 316-8166. Cheryl, where are you located?
We are at 880 Country Club Road. That's at the intersection of Country Club and Hunter Hill. I call them on one of those corners, you'll see what I call the business condominiums.
Yes.
It's like a row of condominiums sitting there.
Yes.
When you're facing them, we're on the far right-hand end, closest to the intersection. We're on the end of the building.
Right.
So easy to find. Nice parking lot.
Yeah, it really is. So, well, thank you, Cheryl, for being with us this morning and enlightening us on Medicare and what we need to do. And I hope everybody will go out and see you and get this done. Let's get this done, folks. And we will see you back in 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Bye-bye. That's Your Money, Your Life with Cheryl Braswell. And now I know what y'all want to hear this morning also. That was some good information for you all out there that have not signed up. So that's why we have these segments. So I know y'all want to hear from Fred. That's the topic of the day, this weather. So let's go over to Sir Fred Holsworth and see what's on tap.